Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Ladies and gentlemen, your boy is back on the Nightcap. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Welcome back to the Nightcap here on Boom Broadcasting, hosted by yours truly. It is the man that likes to mouth off with a mic that likes to mouth off. It's your boy. It's MOWM. It's mouthing off with Mike here live on Boom Broadcasting tonight on a Friday night following a pretty solid Friday night SmackDown, I have to say. We already got comments rolling in. Shout out to good brother Logan James. Hello, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. All his baby faces in a WrestleMania 41 match? Question mark. Oh, Logan. Have you learned anything in the world of professional wrestling over these last week? Anybody at any given point can, in fact, turn to the dark side. So there's a strong potential that one of those women listed might not be a babyface at WrestleMania. But welcome back here, folks. Yes, as you could see here in the lower portion of our screen. I don't know why we're not getting the wait. There we go. As you can see here, we're in Philadelphia tonight for Friday Night SmackDown, home of WrestleMania 40, and of course, home of your Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. So of course I had to throw the Eagles logo here on the show tonight. Only time I really could gloat and gallivant around here about my Eagles winning the Super Bowl about a month ago here, literally a month ago this weekend. So it's been a month and I'm still on cloud nine. I'm also on cloud nine here about the way SmackDown broke down here tonight. A lot of good storylines. We're advanced big time when it comes to Randy, when it comes to the tag division, when it comes to our WWE Undisputed Champion, CODY RHODES, as well as the United States Championship. And of course, how could I forget about the infamous and long-awaited reveal of who finally attacked Jade? So let's get this show on the road here, folks. We are burning the midnight oils because Randy Orton is back here on SmackDown tonight. And, it's making its rounds here on Twitter. So I guess there's no other place to start than Randy's comments towards one, Mr. John Cena. My entire career, John Cena was always on top. Now, he's just the rock's bottom. Woo! Randy, who are you? We are this close. We're this close. The head has been shaved. Randy, not me. I still got hair. Randy has shaved his head. Randy's got that attitude back. He's hearing voices inside his head. He wants to kick Kevin Owens' head off of his shoulders, and rightfully fucking so. KO package pile drive this man. Tried to end his career. Tried to take the Viper away from us. Randy says, that's not happening. When it's all said and done, the best punter in WWE is me, Randy Orton. Second, Pat McAfee. Shout out, Pat. Randy's going to punt KO's head through the field goal uprights in that Allegiant Stadium WrestleMania 41 weekend in Vegas. The kick will soar right through the uprights from the 50, and the kick will be good because KO's head is not staying affixed to this man's shoulders. When you got the Viper, Randy Orton hearing voices telling him to punch your head off. It's over. KO, good luck, brother. Because you got an angry, voices hearing Viper coming down to your side of the woods here. Good stuff. Good opening. Obviously, we saw Drew attack Damian Priest before we got here. We'll get into that later once we break down Drew and Jimmy Uso's match. Tiffany Stratton versus Piper Niven. Tiffany Stratton back in the win column. Last week, the week before, she got beat up on SmackDown. Charlotte Flair took some liabilities here, took things into her own hands, beat down Tiffany Stratton. Once again here, Tiffany gets the win against Piper, and Charlotte locks in the figure 8. All right, so here's the part of the show where I told you on Twitter that I'm going to break down and why Tiffany Stratton is being booked the way she is. I keep seeing this agenda of trying to be started on social media. Oh, Tiffany's booking. She's being booked weak. She's eating losses. She doesn't look great. She's the champ. She's supposed to have some momentum going into WrestleMania. Yeah, you're right. She is. She's going to get some momentum. Don't worry. We still have almost a month away from WrestleMania. But I'm going to tell you why Tiffany's being booked the way she is, at least from my perspective. So Tiffany Stratton has been on the main roster now for a year. She debuted Elimination Chamber 2024, a little bit prior to that. So nevertheless, it's only been a year now since Tiffany has been on the main roster. In a year, she has accomplished so much. Money in the Bank. Now women's champion. Tiffany Stratton is a rookie. This is her first year on the main roster. So wouldn't you think that someone who does not necessarily have the experience of someone like a Charlotte Flair, the queen, wouldn't it make sense for her to not have things in control and go her way on the way to WrestleMania? She's battling someone who has triple the amount of experience in wrestling than she does, that being Charlotte Flair. She's also been on the main roster for only a year total right now. She came in, she won Money in the Bank shockingly. She then was paired with Nia for all that time. Nia's the champ. Obviously, it was inevitable going to happen where Tiffany would cash in and find that opportune moment. Tiffany cashed in but did not have a plan in place. These last few weeks, Tiffany has been a one-woman army, except Trish. Trish came in, tagged with her, blah, blah, blah. We did the Trish and Tiffany thing. That was fun. It was fun for just to say it was done. Gets a good rub for Tiffany, makes her look strong. She's tag teaming with a Hall of Famer in her home country, in her home Providence. Tiffany's being booked this way because she's the rookie. She hasn't been in this position ever before. She's never held gold on the main roster. She doesn't know what steps need to be taken in place to successfully retain her championship or to watch her back from a threat like Charlotte. That's why Tiffany's booked the way she is right now, is because that makes sense logically from the character standpoint. Tiffany doesn't have it all figured out. She cashed in spur of the moment. She saw her spot open right then and there on that episode of SmackDown. She cashed in. She didn't have a plan in place for this whole time. She just said, I'm the briefcase holder. I'm going to cash in. I'm going to become champion. But once you become champion, what's your plan? See what I'm saying? It makes sense if you really sit down and you really think about it. We know wrestling doesn't need logic and things like that, but I think my personal theory is Tiffany's being booked the way she is because she's new. She's new to this. She didn't have a 12-step plan to say, all right, number 1, win Money in the Bank. Number 2, cash in. Number 3, watch my ass because I have threats looming now from the entire women's division, from top to bottom. Then you have someone who wins the Royal Rumble like Charlotte, who is decorated, veteran, expert, can pick you to shreds without even you realizing you got picked to shreds. I like what they're doing. I honestly like how they're playing this up with Tiffany, where she's coming in as this massive underdog so that maybe at WrestleMania, if she were to beat Charlotte, that victory means a whole hell of a lot more for her as opposed to that victory meaning something for Charlotte. It's just the theory. Shout out to good brother Sean. Chelsea dressed like Cactus Jack. I loved every second of it, Sean. I can't wait to talk about Chelsea Green. And gotta love me Shin here tonight with the BG jersey. Sean in the home of your 2-time Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles, baby. Love to see it. The night after WrestleMania, Aleister Black will return. It will be revealed that he was the voices in Randy Orton's head. I fucking love that, Mark. That'd be so funny. I think Aleister Black will make an appearance. Definitely that Raw after WrestleMania. I like where your head's at there. Born a Tiffany and Charlotte Flair match. Yeah, Logan, I could see that. I could see that very well. You know, a lot of people may not be on board with Tiffany and Charlotte. It was a match that I really feel like you had to do. You have to do it now. Like, it's one of those matches. Like, look, Charlotte's mid-40s. I really don't think Charlotte's going to be wrestling till she's 50. So I feel like they're going to get Charlotte right to the top, give her the rocket. She's going to win a bunch of titles in the next like year or two. Quick title reigns, get her up to like 15, 16. And then inevitably, you know, one more shot, she'll break her father's record. So I could very well see that happening. I mean, I just don't see Charlotte being around for another 10 years. I think Charlotte's around for maybe another 5 or 6. I think we got 5 or 6 good years left in Charlotte when it comes to like being in the ring. And I think you can make an argument that maybe, Charlotte's only 38. What am I? I'm tripping, dog. I'm absolutely tripping. I don't know shit about shit. We have 10 more years of Charlotte. We're fine. Don't even worry about it. Disregard my previous thoughts. We're good. Charlotte's gonna be here for another 10 years. We're fine. Motor City Machine Guns versus Pretty Deadly versus Los Garza for a number 1 contender spot for the WWE Tag Team Championships. We have DIY versus the Street Profits next week in Barcelona, Spain. No, we are in Spain. The S is not silent. We are not in pain. We are in Spain next Friday for SmackDown. But of course, before we even get to this match, I have to show it. We've got some visual aids here. We gotta love Nick Aldis here. Nick Aldis breaking it down for you here. So here's how this all kind of breaks down. We got a little, you know, whiteboard. We got a little Charlie from It's Always Sunny. You know, Nick Aldis, big conspiracy theory. Trying to figure out where all these pieces of the puzzle go. I absolutely love this segment. It's March, you know, a little play on like March Madness, bracketology. If you're a NCAA basketball fan, the tournament's starting in 2 weeks. So I see what WWE did here, but Nick Aldis just really looked like Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philly. I also feel like that was a part of that reference here tonight too, was we're in Philly. You have a great show. It's Always Sunny in Philly. This is plucked right out of that show. If you know, Charlie trying to figure out, I'm not going to go into an It's Always Sunny rant here, but I love this whiteboard. Motor City Machine Guns, Pretty Deadly, Los Garza. This is a solid freaking match. Great tag team, triple threat match. Pretty Deadly, sneak up, get a win. Yes, boy. Yes, boy. I'm all in. Get the disco ball. Give me a little lace crop top shirt that stops right here. Put a little long sleeves. Give me a disco ball. Play some ABBA while we're at it. I'm all in. Pretty Deadly. Number 1 contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championships. We're going to see who the champs are after next Friday's SmackDown with DIY and Street Profits. Spoiler alert. I think DIY retains the titles. Hell, I'm cool with Street Profits taking the titles off of DIY. Street Profits, they need it. They should be legitimately, the Street Profits should be 5-time tag team champions by now. There's no reason that they should be 2-time tag team champions. 1-time Raw, 1-time SmackDown, 1-time NXT. No reason for that. They should be 5-time WWE tag team champions since they've been on the main roster all these years. Absolute and utter bullshit that they are not. They have not hit a wave where they've won a bunch of tag titles, or hell, even, you know, we could get crazy and talk about maybe singles gold for Montez or Dawkes, but absolutely insane that up to this point, they're only a 2-time tag team champions and, you know, 3-time if you count NXT. Shout out to Vito with a little Kevin Nash here picture on the old the Twitter machine here. I love it, dude. Thanks for tweeting that. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, you gotta love Nick Aldis on a good whiteboard. I feel like F it, WWE. Just have Nick Aldis run the whiteboard gimmick every week when he can't figure out what's going on in his divisions. Just all right. So Jacob Fatu here doesn't like Braun Strowman here, but then Solo and Tama ended up costing Braun his match for the U.S. title last week. So then we end up here and then just have Nick just do this every week and then do it for the women's. All right. So Chelsea and I'm all in on it. Where was Nick all this in his whiteboard when we were trying to figure out who attacked Jade? Because let's get down to business here. Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. Some real tears were shed here tonight. Well, we'll keep it in kayfabe. Some tears were shed tonight. Shout out to Naomi coming out with the bedazzled neck brace tonight, guys. Absolutely love the detail there. Neck strong. Neck health is real. Shout out to Roddy Strong. Thought they would let Nakamura hold on to the U.S. title a little longer, let Montez be the one to beat him. I also thought Jimmy Uso or Jacob Fatu was going to win the U.S. title at WrestleMania in some sort of weird triple threat. 2 Samoans and a Shinsuke Nakamura for the U.S. title. I thought that's how we were going. We were way off. Triple H makes again shock to World Tag Team Champions next week. What did we see this week? So we saw Io win the women's world title. We saw LA Knight win the U.S. title. I could see it. I could see the tag titles drop next week. I don't know what the hell we're planning for WrestleMania here, but man, Jade Cargill, Bianca, Naomi. This was I think the Public Enemies podcast tweeted it, and I think I retweeted it. You can check it out. It deserves all the awards. Just an Oscar, an Emmy, a Tony, Kids' Choice Award. Get him a Nickelodeon award. I mean, you had Naomi and Bianca, like, voices cracking, crying, tears. Naomi telling Bianca, like, I did this for us. I did this for you. Because Bianca's just leeching off of, or excuse me, Jade's just leeching off of you, Bianca. She's riding your coattails. I did this for us, for our friendship. You know, I love you like a sister. And then here comes Jade, man. Naomi finally admits it. I did it. I attacked her. Bianca just heartbroken, crying. I love the details here. Bianca wore all white at Elimination Chamber. Tonight, she's in all black, like a funeral. Jade is in all white with blood covered her on her bodysuit. You know, very reminiscent of how she was left in the parking lot on top of the car, bloodied and beaten. She comes back. Now she's out for blood. She beats down Naomi. Love the detail here. Naomi, when she gets put up for the Jaded, screams Bianca's name and then eats that Jaded. Listen, if for whatever reason we can get a vicious, no forgiving heel Naomi, this feud will be a win. Naomi is so damn good. She's so freaking good. And I hope that this leads her to some form of championship gold in the future. Because I don't want to sound like that guy. We know it's true. We watch it. Naomi's going to carry that match for them at WrestleMania if it happens. And I think, truthfully, Naomi should be awarded for that. Because that's no small feat. And at the end of the day, I really would love to see Naomi get some shine, man. Naomi and Nia Jax could form the women's bloodline. Oh, Logan. I've called it since last May. I asked for this last May. I said, wouldn't it be awesome if we could get a women's bloodline in the women's division? You got Naomi there. She's connected. You have Nia, right? You had Ava, but, you know, obviously we know she's the NXT GM. You have the Tongan twins out there. They may not be exact relations, but, you know, still Tongan. We're still there. We're still in the ballpark. You know what I mean, guys? Like, this is just for shits and gigs, but you could have had a nice women's bloodline last May. You could have already started forming this. Now, if it takes them this long to get the formations, get the creative, listen, call me up, Trips. Call me up, dog. I'll cook you up a fucking great women's bloodline storyline. I'll send the scripts right now. Right off the top of the dome, I'll get them to you. You need somebody for Evolve, dog? Because we need some help on Evolve. Evolve needs some serious creative direction. Talent is there. We need to start getting some little intricacies going. We need to get a little stories cooking there and Evolve, because Evolve's a fun show. Really gives you that gritty indie WWE feel, but need some help. And, you know, listen, I can help out. fingers on the pulse of everything here. You know what I'm saying? They ain't watching this. Let's just move on. Listen, a women's bloodline could work. I'd love to see it. I've fantasy booked it for over a year now. I love this segment. I love where we're going with this because you have Bianca, who has a title match at WrestleMania against Io Sky. You have her friends fighting one another. She can't trust Naomi. She doesn't know where she stands with Jade. Jade looked at her when she came out, and Bianca just said, go for it. Go. I understand. So you know kind of where Bianca's head is at. She's like, she feels just as betrayed by Naomi how Jade feels after she got pushed off the friggin' parking lot through her fucking windshield. The layers and depth here work for me very much. I think this has the potential to be a story that we could look back on in a few years and be like, they did it. The women did it. Like everyone wants to look back on the Festival of Friendship, you know, and they want to look back on, they'll look back on Cody and you know, Cena's turn this past week. We look back on the leg drop merchant when he joined the NWO. You know, you look back at Seth Rollins, you know, with the Shield, where I think you could argue that you could look back on this for at least this segment and you could be like, yeah, you know what? That was one of the best women's segments in a long time. A lot of emotions, a lot of some of that reality bleeding out. We know reports came out, dirt sheets, yada, 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 Jade this, Jade that, Shayna Baszler this. I'm not doing the whole rumors and speculation. I'm pretty sure there's a guy who's got a show all about rumors and speculation and innuendos or something like that. It ain't my place. I don't give two flying fucks what the dirt sheets say about anybody because it ain't my business. My business is watching the show, turning off the old brain for what, 2-3 hours on a Friday night, 2.5 on a Monday. Turn off the old brain. Nothing matters except WWE. That's it in that time frame. And then coming on here, shooting the shit with all of you guys and seeing your thoughts on the show. And I don't care. Backstage politics, backstage drama. I don't give a flying fuck. Straight up with you. Straight up. Don't care. Braun Strowman, Solo Sikoa, throwaway match. We got to get Jacob Fatu out of this mix because of the LA Knight US title tonight with Shinsuke Nakamura. Everything with the Bloodline. LA Knight sucked in the Bloodline vortex himself. Well, the new Bloodline vortex. So it makes a lot of sense here for Braun and Solo to have this match. It goes no DQ. Tama attacks Braun. Braun puts Fatu through a bunch of tables. Let's talk about it. The only reason Braun put Jacob through those tables was to make sure that at the end of the night, there was no run-ins from anyone from the Bloodline, because from a storyline standpoint, the Bloodline should have been involved in the main event. They were not because of this. So it's good little added subtle details there as to how LA Knight was able to win the U.S. championship in the main event. But it also made Jacob Fatu look like an even stronger demon. The guy went off the freaking the what do you call it? What are they called? The production boxes through the tables. Not even 5 seconds after getting put through these two tables, he's back up on his feet. Animal. Animal. That's just telling you right there that Jacob Fatu, they got big plans for him. There is no doubt in my mind he's going to have himself a WrestleMania match. There is no doubt in my mind he's probably going to be involved with something with Solo Sikoa. And there is no doubt in my mind that Jacob Fatu will be a United States champion. I give it Backlash. Jacob Fatu, U.S. champ, May. Put it on your calendars. I'm looking at my invisible watch here. And it says Jacob Fatu, U.S. champ, Backlash. Easily. Easy money here. No doubt in my mind. Bianca chose Naomi, then Jade. Both Bianca and Naomi are heels. No, Logan. I would argue at this current point after this, it depends on how the storylines advance. Bianca doesn't know where she's going here. I think Bianca is just so betrayed by Naomi, and she doesn't know where she stands with Jade. And I think there's levels to this where Bianca has to figure out who she's going to side on. Could she side with Naomi? Sure. Then boom, there you go. There's your heel in the Mania match with Io. Because Io's a face. We're not going to turn Io back to a heel. Io staying a face. Crowd loves her. You love her. I love her. We all love her. The genius of the sky. How could you not love her? Rhea, we all speculate, will get somehow added into this match. I don't think Rhea's turning heel. I'd be cool with the heel Rhea, but then again, even if she was a heel, you're going to still cheer for her. It's mommy. It's Rhea Ripley. You're going to cheer for her whether she's supposed to be a heel, a face, an in-between, or just Rhea Bloody Ripley. You're going to cheer for her. Bianca, we saw John Cena turn heel. Anything's possible. I always felt Bianca was going to be like the John Cena of the women because of how over she is with the kids and the merch and the fans and everything and how good she is. But she was a heel in NXT, so it could work. We'll see. I like that idea, Logan. I do like that idea. Naomi will carry that match and make Jade look good. Yeah, that's point period at the end of the sentence, Sean. You know it. We know it. The viewers know it. I'm not dismissing Jade's abilities and her physical acumen, but I'm saying at the end of the day, we know how that match plays out. Naomi's calling it. Naomi's running the match. And at the end of the day, Naomi makes her look like $1 million. Whether Naomi wins, loses, draws, whatever the case may be, Jade and her will look head and shoulders above the rest. Loved every second about this segment. It's still kind of playing back through my head. The details, the emotions, like this is what WWE's women's division needed. Okay. Our good friend Chano Hayes. I don't know if Chano's watching tonight. He might be eeping. He might be, sleeping a little bit. But oh fuck, Mark. I love this. I love this idea. I absolutely love this idea. Yes. Yes. Sign me up. Sign me up. An ambulance match would be perfect for this feud. Give it to me. I like it. Imagine the ambulance parked on the stage at WrestleMania 41 when the stage is just a big I guarantee you the stage is going to be like a or like a slot machine or like a roulette table or a poker table, and it's going to have like the cards. I could 100% seeing an ambulance just parked right there next to like the let's just call it deck of cards, and then maybe like Naomi or something, Jade, tosses Naomi off the top of it through the ambulance and match over. Like that'd be fire as hell. I would be so down for an ambulance match. But this is something our good friend Chano Hayes over at Four Sides of the Ring has said. Triple H can't book the women outside of the title pictures. He can't. He's struggled this whole time. Even with the introduction of 2 mid-card championships, he still has trouble booking women's storylines and rivalries not involving a title. Except this one. This doesn't involve the titles. This doesn't involve anything. This is involving 3 women who tagged at WrestleMania last year as the big 3 of WWE, who then 2 of them went on to win gold, while one watched from the wayside and watched as her friends won gold, and she kept falling short this much each time in each attempt she made. That gets to a person. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That gets to you. That explains. That is psychology 101 with this story. Imagine being the third wheel of the champions. You have Bianca Belair, multi-time women's champion, multi-time tag champion. You have Jade Cargill, tag team champion. And then you have yourself, who hasn't won a title since she's come back. She's fallen short in every opportunity she's gotten. She hasn't won the big one yet since she's been back. She's a former TNA Knockouts champion. I'd feel some type of way too if I'm watching my best friends go out there week in and week out, win titles, defend them successfully, and I'm just stuck as the cheerleader on the side. I'd be crashing out too. So in my personal opinion, Naomi, everything she's done, everything she said, she was justified. They made her feel like an afterthought. They didn't care what Naomi had to say. They didn't care how Naomi felt. They paraded around. They danced around her with their titles. Never really given her the time of day or helping her get her own title. So are those really her friends? Is Naomi justified? Is it jealousy? Or is it something more? They really put this together at the right time. It all came together because we were all saying, like, Triple H, what are you doing here, dude? Triple H, we were wrong. We were wrong. Slow burn. I mean, we won't talk about A-Town Down Under and that slow burn, but this worked. This was just the right amount of slow for it to really sink in at the right time. Women's United States Championship match, Chelsea Green versus Mi Shin in a good old Philly street fight. Once I said, Sean said about Chelsea Green and her Cactus Jack-inspired gear. Loved every second of it. Loved Piper Niven, the Hervis, being injured and Chelsea grabbing her by the tie and pulling her out with her. And Piper's hurt. She just took a prettiest moonsault ever from Tiffany, her ribs. She's like, Chelsea and Mi Shin had a good match here, but look, I love me some Mi Shin. Shout out to her. Philly roots with the BG jersey. Shout out Brandon Graham. He's retiring. Much love, BG. Thanks for all your contributions to the Eagles. Go Birds. Super Bowl champs. You love to see it. Love that jersey. Like, honestly, Mi Shin, can you sign that jersey so I can get that framed? Because, like, that's a great memorabilia item. Like, real talk. Like, just saying. If that jersey's going on to WWE shop auctions at some point, I might have to dabble because that jersey would be a sick 101. Frame that bad boy, get it signed by Mi Shin at, WWE WrestleMania World or whatever. That'd be a one-of-one souvenir. So, like, I don't know, maybe you guys want to do me a solid, tag Mi Shin, be like, hey, you should send that jersey, sign it to MOWM. He's going to hang that up, put it right there on the background of the nightcap when we get to the new studio. I wish they would have played Cactus music, would have been even better. Chelsea doing the bang bang. Dude, Sean, we talk about it all the time, man. Chelsea Green knows it. She gets this business. She is so damn good. She knows how to play her character. She knows how to play to the crowd. She knows how to get Michael Cole and Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett and anybody on commentary amped up, man. She makes Nick Aldis crazy, Adam Pearce. She gets the fans going. I absolutely think Chelsea Green is so underrated. Now, the shock of this whole thing is hooded woman. Who's the woman in the hoodie? Oh, it's Alba Fire. Alba Fire helped Chelsea retain the championship tonight. So let's talk about it. I'm going to hit you with the craziest sentence that you're going to hear tonight. We have a born Canadian, Chelsea Green, as the United States champion. You ready? And her service, her secret service, are two Scottish-born wrestlers. That's fantastic. That's incredible. That is so damn good. The first ever U.S. women's champion is a Canadian-born, American-raised woman with two Scottish women as her bodyguards or secret service or Hervis. That right there is some shit that I probably would have cooked up after a couple rips. I am absolutely faded right in that. That is wouldn't it be fucking funny? We had the two Scottish chicks and the Canadian Chelsea Green. That's her secret service in her cabinet. That's fucking such good shit. No, it really is. I love this. I absolutely love this, dude. This is so fucking funny. Chelsea's 10 out of 10. It was a decent street fight. Philly was chanting Eagles because Mi Shin came out with the jersey, so they got the crowd into it, man. It was solid for what it was worth. Oh no. Oh, that's terrible news from the ESPN. Garrett Cole's undergoing tests on his throwing elbow after 2 spring starts. Oh no. Yankees baseball season's already over and it hasn't even started. Good Lord. That is not the notification I wanted to see here on the nightcap. You got my live reaction to that news. At least the Eagles won the Super Bowl. At least I got one team here. Goddamn Yankees. Fucking bums. Cody Rhodes. God damn, this was a shiner, man. Travis Scott. What a dope. What an absolute dope. How the fuck do you let Travis Scott get in the ring last week? You don't tell Travis Scott, hey man, when you throw that slap or something, you hold back a little bit. Because, man, look at that shiner on Cody. Like, I don't think this is no makeup. I don't think this is no bullshit here. I don't think this is no pretend black eye. That's a black eye. That right there is a shiner. You can see the cut from when he got cracked open with the Rolex, his dad's Rolex by Cena right there under the eye. And then you could see just the black eye. He also came out with an earplug in his ear. Looks like that ruptured eardrum rumor might be true. So Travis Scott, Fiend. You probably have a receipt coming your way at WrestleMania, good brother. Because, I mean, listen, man. Whew. Cody Rhodes is better than me because I would have no-sold the shit out of that. I would have popped up and cracked him one, man, if I got cracked like that while I'm laying on the ground, not having a lick of wrestling experience, and you just doing that. Nobody told Travis Scott, hey, man, don't put your hands on Cody because you don't know what you're doing. Can you imagine Travis Scott, hit him or hit him, hard or something, and he, Cody, what do you call it? Got a even more severe injury or something. Then what happens at WrestleMania? Then your whole WrestleMania plans are screwed up. Now you're down your champ with a month to go because Travis Scott cracked him and not only ruptured his eardrum, but cut his eye or some shit, some crazy shit, some freak shit. Cody's promo though, it's a Cody Rhodes, man. Comes out somber, doesn't hit the whoa at first. You could tell he puts the belt down on the ground. He wants to get down to business. Talking about his daughter, of course. Good guy Cody. Had to lie to his daughter. Cody lie to his daughter. Mention of Cody lie, the infamous Cody lie. Telling his daughter that he ran into a wall. Then he of course he mentions the John Cena. Well, John will come out and he'll give a well-articulated speech and it'll be well thought out and he'll probably end it with fine speech. Cody, you son of a bitch. You're so good. I knew people were gonna. I saw it earlier about somebody saying like, "Oh, Cody's cooked once Cena hits that fine speech." Cody, he saw that one, baby. Mentions that, and then he says, "If you want some, come get some." Using his own motto against John Cena. If I'm gonna give it a scale here, a solid promo for me, 8.1 out of 10 here on the Cody Rhodes promo scale. It was a good promo. It got us where we needed to go for this month and what we're expecting on SmackDown in the next couple weeks with Cody. Cody's going to carry this feud on his own until John comes back on Raw next week or 2 weeks from now. So the 17th of March, he'll be back, or he'll shock us and show up in Europe the following week or whatever the case may be. But Cody's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for this until Cena's there every week. And Cody's already doing right by it. Cody's promo was fire. Using Cena's line at the end was genius. It was. No, it absolutely was. Bianca Belair versus Jade at SummerSlam without a championship chance. Io Sky is still the champion after WrestleMania. Remember, Logan, Bianca Belair has a kind of a WrestleMania streak going on. It's not like a full streak, but she's won every WrestleMania match that she's been in. Keep an eye on that one. It's a subplot. The Rock and John Cena, Travis Scott in Team Hollywood, Vin Diesel. Family. That's all I can say about that one, Logan. That's really funny, dude. That's really good. Absolutely. Oh, boy. This is why we got to keep the entertainers as featured enhancement and not let them get involved physically. No, I agree, Sean. I mean, look, Travis Scott's over here with the roach of the blunt last Saturday, taking he lights it and he like takes it and baptizes Cody in the smoke of the blunt. Like, dog, why? Like, I get it. I get why Travis Scott is there. But I don't know why he had to go ahead and crack Cody one. I feel like he just went into business for himself. He just saw Cena and The Rock having fun and was like, shit, I want in too, and just went into business for himself. Why is Cena on Raw and Cody on SD the next 3 weeks? This Scott Steiner math? I mean, 1 + 1 = 3 here, I guess, because valid question. Cena's on Raw. Cody's on SmackDown. Why is Cena not just showing up on SmackDown? because he's going for the champion on SmackDown. I mean, obviously the draft is coming after WrestleMania, blah, 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 blah. So I don't expect to see Cody on SmackDown for the foreseeable future. I think Cody's going back to Raw for Netflix with the title. I think Gunther's going over to SmackDown after WrestleMania if Gunther's still the champion. Hell, I could argue Jey Uso might be the champion and he might be going to SmackDown. I do agree. If you're going to do this WrestleMania feud, I guess they're going to try to keep them apart for as long as possible, but Cody's going to carry the promo work and the story for the next 2 weeks. When the Cena's back in the fold on Raw, obviously we'll see this new presentation of Cena, probably with a suit, no hat, different music, maybe no music, corporate Cena. That's what I expect. I said this last week. I'll say it again. Bianca lost in the women's WrestleMania Rumble. I meant singles matches. Does that count? I'm talking singles matches. I think Bianca's still undefeated at WrestleMania. I think she's got 4 wins. You might be right, Rick. You're the stat guy. I'm not the statistician. You're the statistician. You and Mark, you guys could fact check the hell out of me, please. You can. I don't care. Please go for it. I'm pretty sure Bianca's undefeated at WrestleMania in singles matches. So if it is a triple threat with Rhea, then it doesn't really count towards her. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna classify this. I'm just yapping the yap. I'm still not happy about. I'm just still not happy about the goddamn Garrett Cole news. What the fuck, man? Yankees season hasn't even goddamn started. 4-match streak. There it is. Hey, well, all right. Listen, Rick. You know what I mean? It's a baby. Last year was a 6-man tag. Yeah, I know. God damn it. All right, Rick. Forget it. I forgot I brought it up. Never mind. I take it back. No one's undefeated at WrestleMania anymore. It's never happening again. The Taker streak is 101. It's dying. It died with Taker. It's ending. No one will ever have a WrestleMania streak. You're right. I agree. You're right. I'm way off base here. I'm just saying shit to say shit. This is what happens when I don't have a co-host and Mike doesn't monitor me. I can just yap, get fined for a couple curse words. Right? Who cares? Listen, dare. Drew McIntyre gets his win back against Jimmy Uso. That's all this was. That's all this was. That's all this was match. Damian Priest gets his lick back on Drew McIntyre. Welcome to WrestleMania, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Welcome to Vegas. Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, WrestleMania. That's your match. I have no problems with it. It sucks for Drew. It's great for Priest. They go back. How great is that? Priest cashed in on Drew last year at Mania. It's a long-term story. Everyone's connected. Seth, Drew, Punk, Priest, Roman. They're all connected. Why not? Why not do Drew and Priest? I have no problems with this. Priest is a good performer. I called him getting jumped. You did call him getting jumped. You did, in fact, call him getting jumped. I will admit to that. Rick was right on the ball today. His crystal ball, crystal clear. Drew gets his win back from Jimmy from a couple weeks ago. Drew gets beat up by Priest. Priest gets his lick back from earlier in the show. Win, win, win for everyone involved. United States Championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight. Good match. Nothing to write home about. Honestly, the main 2 points of this show tonight for me personally was tag division getting revitalized, Bianca, Jade, and Naomi story progressing, Cody talking, Randy talking, and was there only one women's match tonight on SmackDown? These sons of bitches. We had two. Piper, Tiffany, Chelsea, and Mishin. B-Fab versus Charlotte next week in Spain. I'm mad at that. I'm mad at that at all. Give B-Fab a shot to go one-on-one with the Queen. She's not going to win, but shit, I'll take that. She came out and helped Mishin in that Chelsea Green U.S. title match. I'm mad at that at all. B-Fab's pretty savvy in the ring, man. I think she could be in that U.S. title spot. We're teasing Zelina Vega in the U.S. title spot too tonight. That's a good point, Rick. We got to be real here. Why did they even put the belt on Shin? I think because they repackaged Shinsuke, and I feel like if they didn't put the title on him, the repackage would have been another failure. I love Shinsuke. I love him to death, man. One of my favorites. But I don't know why. I don't know why they're so wishy-washy with him. To be honest with you, for me, what really screwed everything up for Shinsuke was the feud with Seth. Shinsuke should have beat Seth for the world title. I stand on that. Seth had the bad back. Shinsuke should have beat him in that one match that they had, and then Seth could have won it back from Shinsuke a month or two later. Shinsuke not being a world champion in WWE for being with this company for almost 10 years is a criminal offense. But shout out LA Knight. We could sell more of these sunglasses now. LA Knight's new US champ. We can get the US LA Knight title belt back on WWE shop. We can start selling merch again. LA Knight's a good US champ. But I think they had to put the belt on LA Knight for Jacob Fatu to beat LA Knight. Can't have Jacob Fatu versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That don't make sense. You need a face. You need a heel. I think your WrestleMania match is Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the US title, or Solo and Jacob and LA Knight get someone else. But I think we're going towards Jacob Fatu for this. I actually might have nailed that. I think you could even argue Solo Jacob Knight in a weird triple threat with Solo and Jacob, kind of like, ooh, I don't love you anymore, Solo. I don't know. I'm really bad fantasy booking tonight. I don't know about this one. No, I'm not wrong. They should have had Seth drop that title to Shinsuke. He had the bad back. He had the bad back. His back. Shinsuke was giving this guy back shots week in and week out with the knees to the back every week. And you mean to tell me Seth pulled that out? That's bullshit. Seth should have dropped the title for 1 month. Shock title drop at that point. Shinsuke gets a world title. Seth gets it back. You can still move on to WrestleMania and do what you did this past year at WrestleMania 40 with Seth versus Drew. Could have still gotten there. Fatu Strowman Knight. I think we should just get rid of Strowman in that. Real talk. If Strowman's on WrestleMania this year, I'd be shocked. What has Strowman done that deserves a WrestleMania spot? Let's be real. I think Fatu Knight. I think you get crazy. Fatu, Jimmy, Knight. I think you could even get crazier. Somehow Knight drops that title before WrestleMania. Me too. You know, Shinsuke's going through a loss. You know, I think one of his good friends had passed away. So, you know, thoughts and prayers to Shin. I feel like they probably had him drop the title right now because Shinsuke's probably got to go back and, you know, kind of be there for his friends and stuff. But prayers to Shinsuke and, you know, everything going on with that stuff. But I would have personally have preferred Shinsuke not drop the title today. I love LA Knight. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. I think Shinsuke Nakamura should have retained the title tonight. I mean, it was a fun little way they did it. Obviously, Charles Robinson's having a tough week, man. My man got clothesline last week. This week, he got misted in his eyes. My man, poor little Nate is getting cooked week in and week out. Poor guy. I hope he's getting hazard pay for tonight. I mean, he's going to need like a serious eye wash to get rid of that red mist from his eyes. The BFT on the steel chair was kind of corny because the ref like was really running down from the back and saw him do the BFT and then hopped in the ring, saw the chair on the side of the, you know, I just feel like Shinsuke had a little bit more time left with that title. I liked what Shinsuke was doing with it. The video package, the vignettes. I was really into it. So I just feel like this was kind of like all right, we got to get the belt on Knight. We're a month away from Mania. We got to figure out how we're going to get the belt to another heel. Put it on LA Knight. He's solid. We can do some things with him. He can cut promos. Then let's see where we go to WrestleMania with that. If Cody gets past Cena at WrestleMania, next feud for the summer should be Fatu and Cody. I think it's too soon. You can't because Jacob's on a course right now where Jacob can't lose unless it's shenanigans or DQ or BS. So I think like do Cody and Fatu. Fatu has to go over. I just don't know if they want to do that. I would have Jacob run the US title out. What's Dean Ambrose's US title? No, did Logan beat the record? Oh God. All right, fine. Hold on. Let's see. Lex Luger has the longest US title reign, 523 days. Is that correct? Is that correct, Mark and Rick? Lex Luger has the longest U.S. title reign with 523 days. Dean Ambrose holds the longest title reign under the WWE banner with 351 days reign. Yeah, okay. Let Jacob Fatu hold the U.S. title for 365 days. Full year with the U.S. title. Absolutely. Break Dean's record. I don't think you get Lex Luger's record, but shout out to Lex, Hall of Fame inductee in the 2025 class. We got Michelle McCool. We got Triple H. We got Lex Luger. We need a tag team, a celebrity, and a Warrior Award. Tag team, I think the rumors was Earthquake and Tsunami. Typhoon. Earthquake and Typhoon. Fuck, man. Thinking about Bronson Reed. And then I think your celebrity is going to be, where are we, in Vegas? Vegas. Is Michael Buffett in the Hall of Fame? I could see them doing one of them. The announcer. Luger, that's a fact. WCW run. Yep, I figured that. 532 for Luger, WCW US title. Ambrose at 351. I think Jacob could hold the US title for a year, and I think that's what you do. And then maybe you have, Jacob drop it to somebody wild, whatever new NXT star you got or something like that, or an Obafemi or something, like just fantasy booking it out the next year or two. But Psycho Sid had to go in. Natural Disasters are the tag team. Thought it would be the Midnight Express this year. Yeah, I thought we were going to finally go with Midnight Express. I thought there was a couple different tag teams I would have liked to have seen in the Hall of Fame. Me personally, I thought there's a little stretch here, but I thought because we're in Vegas and Bray Wyatt's favorite football team were the Raiders, I had this weird sinking suspicious that Bray was going to be the headliner. But when Triple H was first announced and then Michelle was announced, I was like, oh, Bray's not going in this year. They're probably going to wait till maybe next year would make a lot of sense. Louisiana, didn't he have his first WrestleMania match? No, 30. No, he had 31 against The Undertaker. 32 was the thing with The Rock. 33 was with Cena. 34 was with Cena. 33 or 34 was with Cena. I could see him going in next year in Louisiana. Just because, spooky, witchcraft, voodoo, that kind of vibe. That's what Bray Wyatt's character was. I could see that happening. I think next year he'd be the headliner. WrestleMania 42, I think Bray goes in next year. I think Psycho Sid probably gets in too. I don't think this year. I think maybe next year. I feel like we're missing something. I feel like there's a celebrity that I'm missing that's from Vegas. I feel like one of the Buffetts is going in or whatever. And I think you gotta figure the Natural Disasters. Hall of Fame this year is wild. What a wild, absolute class. Triple H, Michelle McCool, Lex, the Natural Disasters, and probably a celebrity. And then you have a Warrior Award winner, which I feel like we could rebrand that Warrior Award to something else. I don't know. Good SmackDown tonight. I'll give it where were we in Philly? I'll give it It's obviously going to be cheesesteak rating here, obviously. I'll give it 7.2 Philly cheesesteaks out of 10. It was a good SmackDown, kept me entertained for 3 hours. There was some valleys on the show. Everybody has a purpose over the next month. We digress. Next Monday, we are in the world's famous arena, Madison Square Garden. We got steel cage matches. We got tornado tag matches. We got chaos galore. So come back Monday for the Monday Night Raw Nightcap. I would have liked to see Layla go in with Michelle. You are absolutely correct, Sean. I was a little sad to not see Lay Cool go in together. I felt Michelle and Layla deserved to go in together because a lot of their career, they were together. Poor Layla, man. I thought Layla was going to be at the Rumble. I thought Layla would be involved at the Hall of Fame. I hope Layla inducts Michelle. Bare minimum, Layla should induct Michelle. Yay, it's going to be The Undertaker, her husband. I know. You're all sitting there like, it's going to be Taker. Wouldn't it be better to be Layla? Wouldn't it be way better to have your former best friend, tag team, co-Divas champion induct you into the Hall of Fame, who you spent the entirety of the rest of your career being with? I digress. WWE Evolution, July 5th. I did see that, Logan. We're back. I can't wait to see some of those dream matches. Maybe I'll try to drop a little social media special and talk about some fantasy bookings for WWE Evolution. I know everyone would appreciate that. You guys know I love the women's division in WWE. I think the WWE women's division is one of the best divisions out there. It's just the creative sucks on the main roster. NXT's women's division, ooh, baby, I'll never complain. Shawn Michaels, God bless you, because you know what you're doing down there. Give Shawn the reins to the entire women's division in WWE. Overnight, that shit will be popping. There'll be purpose. There'll be feuds not involving a title. It won't be centered just around the mid card or the world titles. We'll have actual feuds like what we're seeing with Bianca, Jade, and Naomi. We'll talk about it. For now, folks, it's late. It's midnight. If Evolution is held and connected, you know our team will be there. Absolutely, Mark. I know you, Rick, the missus, everyone will be there. Hell, if Evolution is held and I could swing it, I'll be there too. Because I would love to see Evolution too. Rumor that it will be in Connecticut. Hey, well, I know where I can crash. I know there's a couple couches I can crash in Connecticut. I just got to find my way out there. Maybe I'll put some feathers to my shoes and, or maybe I'll wear some, put on my red heels and click my heels 3 times and say, there's no place like Connecticut. There's no place like Connecticut. And I'll just end up in your house. You never know what could happen. Anything's possible. Julia and Io Sky match Evolution. Logan, I love you, dude. I love the. You are so consistent, man. That would be a banger if it happens at Evolution. Let's get even crazier. Let's get Jordynne Grace in the mix. Let's get Jordynne Grace versus. Let me get Jordynne Grace versus Rhea Ripley at Evolution. That's a knock your socks off kind of match. Listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out here for the evening. Sorry I don't have the energy that I usually do. It's been a long fucking week, and I am tired. I'm trying to figure out how to do some live streaming for you guys, though, so I can live stream some WWE 2K25. I'm really hoping I can get it figured out. I'm going to watch some videos. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to figure it out. Hopefully, maybe next week, if I have some time, we do a little live stream action on Twitch, YouTube, with me playing a little WWE 2K25. I only played a couple minutes last night. It was late. Your boy had to go to sleep. He had to go make a paycheck. From what I played, game felt pretty similar to last year's. The blood physics were great. I beat the living shit out of Gunther with CM Punk, and Gunther was leaking blood everywhere. I also ran my universe mode for a little bit last night. Drew McIntyre won the World Heavyweight Championship, of course. So, I just want to put that out there. But yeah, let's see if I can get a live stream going with WWE 2K. We can do some fun stuff here. I'm hoping. Content, though, for me will probably be a little bit stagnant, a little bit all over the place over the next couple of weeks. your boy is transitioning to a new location. So there'll be a whole new setup. This won't be the same anymore. You'll see a whole new setup in just a few weeks. So it's a little hectic here for me. So my content's been kind of all over the place. So I'm sorry for you guys who have been trying to, check out Mouthing Off with Mike. And I'm hoping I can get back on the right track. But I really do appreciate all of you guys listening to me yap for an hour here tonight on the midnight on the East Coast. It really means a lot to me that you guys hang out here with me and talk wrestling and you give me your ideas and your thoughts and your fantasy bookings. I really love it. I'm hoping we can keep this going for as long as possible. But thank you guys for watching the show. Have a great weekend. I know we got Revolution on Sunday for AEW. I'm unsure if there will be a nightcap just because of Sunday pay-per-view is tough for me and tough for the boys when it comes to work the next morning. We'll see how it goes. Other than that, have a great weekend, guys. Stay safe. Much love. Nightcap's over. I'm out of here.